Hi class, I hope you're having a good day. We are going to learn about shapes today, okay? So let's go ahead and get started on that. I'm going to try to make this a little quicker than last time. Let's see if I can actually do better at that. So, shapes. There is a word that means a straight line that is part of a shape. So, the straight line that is the part of a shape, that is called the side. And if we were to count these, 1, 2, 3, we would see that there are 3 sides, okay? So the next one, the next definition we have is the corner where 2 sides of the shape meet. There are 2 words that sometimes get confused, and we're going to talk about both of them. First of all, there's this part right here. This part right here is called the angle. Oops, angle. Okay? And that's this distance. If you measured between here and here, that's what's called the angle. And then we have this point right here. And this is called something else. If we look at it, the way I like to memorize it is if I make these little V's right here, it's called vertices. They have V's, they have this point, and so they kind of look like a V, so they're a vertice. Okay, so we have angles and vertices. They're similar but different, okay? Let's go to next. So a triangle has how many sides and how many vertices? Well, if we count the sides, we have 1, 2, 3, and angles, and it has 1, 2, 3 angles. So 3 and 3. And if you look at the word try, if you also say 3 and you also say tres, all 3 of them start with T, alliteration, and they all sound very similar. Try, 3, tres. So that's a good way to remember triangle. Pentagon. Okay, so let's go ahead and count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I kind of like to write the number when I'm counting it so I don't forget. So it's going to be 5 sides, and with the angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can also write your number there if that's going to help you make sure you didn't count the wrong amount. So sides is going to be 5, angles is going to be 5. Pentagon is 5. Now we have a square. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 sides, and how many angles? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm also going to draw that right there so that you know what part of the shape I am talking about. So 4 is square. 4 sides, 4 angles, and vertices. 4 vertices, if we remember me saying that. A square is a very special shape because a square is also a rectangle, because a rectangle just means it has 4 sides. They are, the square has to have equal sides. The rectangle does not have equal sides. So this is not a square, this is a rectangle. But you see what's similar about the rectangle is they have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Well, the square also has 4 sides. But the difference is the square has all equal sides. If I were to take this piece and measure this piece, they would be the same. So square, equal. That's what I want you to think about. Rectangle is also 4 sides and 4 angles, but they don't necessarily have to be equal. They're not necessarily equal. Okay. Now we have all of these shapes, and I want you to really look at them and try to compare and see what you can find in common about all of these shapes. What do they have that's similar? What pattern do you see? And I'm going to go ahead and start doing that, and I want you to think in your head, What do you see that I'm doing that is similar about all of them? You should by now know what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All of them have 4 sides, 4 angles, 4 vertices. And I want you to think, well, how do I say the number 4 in Spanish? Maybe you can say it out loud right now. How would you say the number 4 in Spanish? You would say cuatro, right? Cuatro means 4. If I want to say what all of these are called together, they're called quadrilaterals. Okay, so all of these are called, oops, one second, sorry guys. Quadrilaterals. Okay, so why did I mention cuatro and quadrilaterals? So I know they don't both start with C, but if you say both of them, they're going to sound the same. Cuatro, quadrilaterals. They sound very similar at the beginning, so that's what always helped me remember what a quadrilateral was. And hopefully that helps you remember it. So rectangle has 4 sides, square has 4 sides, rhombus 4 sides, trapezoid 4 sides, cuatro, quadrilateral. And that's going to be important later. So all of these have 3 sides, they're going to be triangles. But I do want to point out something important about triangles. I want you to look at all of these sides. We've got this side, and this side. Those all those sides look equal, but I want you to think, do all of these triangles look the same? And the answer is no, they don't all look the same. They don't all have the equal side length. So this piece, if you look at this piece right here, and I look at this piece right here, they're not the same size. If I measured them with a ruler, this piece over here is much bigger. Okay, so triangles, do they have to have equal sides like a square does? A square has equal sides, but triangles do not have to have equal sides. As long as they have 3 sides and 3 angles, it does not have to be the same size. That's just something I want you to remember for later, okay? So pentagons, we already talked about that, 5 sides, 5 angles. And once again, they don't have to be the same size. Look at this. All of these are the same. Yes. But this one also has 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this one is so much bigger than this one. Can it still be a pentagon? Yes, it can still be a pentagon. It just has to have 5 sides and 5 angles. Hexagons, 6 sides and 6 angles. They don't look the same, but they both have 6 sides and 6 angles. Actually, I'm gonna have to think about that. This would be the angle there. I'll fact check it later and let you know. But anyway, hexagon, 6 sides, 6 angles. This figure is made up of 3 shapes. So we've got a figure here and it has 1, 2, 3. Okay? If I take this, I can take this figure apart. This is one big shape. All that together is one shape if you put it together. But within that shape, I have more shapes. I have 1, 2, 3 shapes. I have a triangle, and I have a trapezoid, and I have a rectangle. Okay. Here I have a shape and I can divide it into all these other shapes. So if you see here, if I was going to put these 3 shapes together, I can put all of those shapes together to make that shape right there. So I have one big shape that has 1, 2, 3 small shapes inside of it. So I want to practice that a little bit. Let's see how I can divide this big shape into little shapes. And there's going to be lots of ways we can do that, but let's just go ahead and try one. So I've got one big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. And so we're going to divide it. I'm just going to do that. Can I do that? Yeah, absolutely. So right now I have how many shapes? I have 1, 2, 3 shapes. I have one big shape. And then I have 3 small shapes. And if we're going the extra mile, we're going to see that, well, out of the 3 small shapes, I have 1 rectangle and I have 2 triangles, right? Because this one has, we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's divide this shape. I can divide it there, and I can even divide this like this, and I can divide it like that. I mean, I can keep dividing this forever. Let's say I just leave it like that. Okay? I have one big shape, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little shapes. And something about all of these shapes, they have something in common. Let's see if we can figure it out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me use a different. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All of them have 3 sides, so they are all 3, tres triangle. Okay. Last one we're going to do, there are 7 smaller shapes that make up the big shape. So we're looking at this shape right here that's over here. Okay, there are 7 smaller shapes that make up the big shape. How many are there of each smaller shape? Let's make sure there are 7 so that you understand what's happening here. 7. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 smaller shapes, and then the bigger shape is this one that they're talking about, the whole one that's inside there. Okay, one big shape. How many of these how many are there of each smaller shape? So if we look at the shapes, we're going to look for all of the triangles. So we have how many sides here? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not a triangle. That's going to be a quadrilateral. And you know what? Let's make a tally chart. Why not? So this is a quadrilateral. Let's make sure we have that as a quadrilateral. And then this one has how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's also a quadrilateral. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, see how I'm marking them while I'm counting them, so I know what I've already counted and what I have not. Okay, and then I'm going to count here. This has 1, 2, 3. Oh, that one's not 4 sides. It's 3 sides. So that one is actually a triangle. So 1, 2, 3. That one also has 3. So it's a triangle. 1, 2, 3. Also a triangle. And then we have one last one left. And let's see about that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That has 6 sides. So it's a hexagon. So there's one hexagon. So I used all of my shapes up. And that is all the shapes put together. So let's tally it up. I have 3 triangles. I have 3 quadrilaterals. And I have 1 hexagon. All of that together should equal 7. If I do 3 plus 3, I should get 6 plus 1 more is 7. So we did count all of them. I think if I had anything else I wanted to say. Yes, I want to just remind you, it is a quadrilateral means it has 4 sides. You can have it look like a rhombus, or you can have it look like a trapezoid, or it can look like a square, or it can look like a rectangle. If it has 4 sides, quadrilateral. All right, so after this video, I tried to keep it a little shorter than last time. You're going to go to Schoology, and you're going to, well, let me see. Sorry guys. You're going to go to Schoology and you're going to do a small discussion. So all I want you to do is you're going to have to tell me what a quadrilateral is, why is it a quadrilateral, and that's pretty much it. I just want to make sure today that you know that. So let me know if you have any questions, and have a great day. Bye.